So, Treasury calls for crypto transfers over $10,000 to be reported to the Internal Revenue Service, or whether the market correction existed or was it a really crypto crash. What's up, YouTube community? Welcome to InvestAsk, your #1 channel for cryptocurrency research, daily news, updates, and forecast. My name is Syed, and we are going to take a look at some important huge updates for all of our crypto assets and of course cryptocurrency in general. So there are many updates that I like to cover, some news that will give us a solid understanding and idea of where the crypto industry is heading and what is happening and what's going on. What are all these major players like institutional investors or the hedge funds, and what are they up to, in fact, doing with the crypto world? Because before they jumped into the crypto, we had a bull run, right? A massive bull run, because it was just us retail investors, right? And now these major players have also entered the game, and I don't know, it just seems like the market is, of course, acting funny, but it has recovered. It has recovered big time as compared to the correction. But whether it was a correction or not, we'll take a look at it. But first huge important update that I'd like to talk about is, of course, Uncle Sam and of course their taxes. And this is kind of cool because this kind of settles the important element, or the thing that was hanging over the crypto investors' head, was what's going to happen with the IRS and what are they going to do. So first, of course, the IRS is going to be changing their form 1040. That's the tax form that we get every year that we need to fill out. And what's going to happen is that they have a new form. They have a new line, rather, where you have to report your transactions, your crypto transactions. And that's the first part, and that's important. And that settles sort of like all of the things that we talked about, crypto taxes and whatnot. So, of course, there may be some changes as we move forward, but the bottom line is that, boom, we now know that the IRS needs to know which transactions must be reported. So the proposal includes in the Joe Biden IRS enforcement plan, right? And what is happening is that anything over $10,000 must be reported to the IRS in terms of your crypto transfers, whether you gains or losses. So the U.S. Treasury has said that the Biden administration's proposal to strengthen tax compliance includes a requirement for transfer of at least 10K of cryptocurrency to be reported to the IRS. And this is really kind of the bottom line, right? As with cash transactions, businesses that receive crypto assets with a fair market value of more than $10,000 would also be reported on, the Treasury Department said in a report on tax enforcement proposals they released Thursday. Not bad. So this kind of makes sense, right? All right, so this is the first update. All right, let me move on to, there's several of them, but I want to cover the important ones that are going to impact, or they have already impacted, the crypto industry. But before I move to the next one, welcome back to InvestAsk. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe, and of course smash that like button while you're here. Super appreciate it, and the bell notification so you get notified every single time there is a news update, and of course latest research so you can make informed decisions. All right, so welcome everybody. Let me set up my chat here quickly so I know people are getting on board. We're talking about the Treasury, or the reporting to the IRS, which is super cool, because that's really was something that we weren't aware of. We were talking about like massive taxation, perhaps, or in terms of capital gains, and that is still there. Of course, that has not gone away, but at least this part where all the transactions must be reported are now clear. So that's something out of the way. All right, so this is, of course, some breaking news I wanted to cover. This is very important about the U.S. Treasury, and with cash transactions, you must be reporting on your 1040. So at the end of the year, or whenever you do your taxes, before April, right? April 30th, they extended last year's till May or till May 17th, if I'm not mistaken, but typically it's before April. So when you do your taxes next year, make sure you report all of your crypto income or your transactions to the IRS. The form 1040 has the amended form. They changed the form in 2020, by the way, last year, to reflect all of these transactions that must be reported. So keep in mind, over $10,000 must be reported to the IRS. Awesome. All right, let's move on to the next news before I talk about our crypto assets and how the market is recovering. So cryptocurrencies see a sudden sell-off, but here's why. Now, whether it was a market correction or it was a crash. Now, many paper hands, of course, are out of the game because they could not, bear the burden of this correction. Now, veteran investors, and we are, in terms of crypto, I think, all of us here at InvestAsk or this community here is wonderful, right? We are all veterans, right? Even though we're just 2.5, 3 months old, right? I mean, that's really typically when we started our portfolio with Dogecoin and then SafeMoon and then Promise Token. We're looking at others as well. So considering newbies or new entrants that are entering the crypto market today or last week, we're definitely doing pretty well with our portfolios, right? We're still at about 10, 20x gains with our investments. So, and we're not worried about the market's going down because that's crypto. And like I always say, guys, crypto is a crazy world. So I'm going to play this CNBC report. This kind of talks about, it's a nice summary that I've kind of took a look at, but I want to play this. So let's watch this and then we'll comment as I go along on this.
Remember, crypto has come from nowhere to be a force in the market. It's, in effect, a gold substitute for some. And I have invested in not cryptocurrencies myself, but in things that I would say facilitate the trading of it in various companies that are helping to trade or make it easier for people to be involved with cryptocurrency. And I did that in part because I think it's here to stay. Cryptocurrency is not going away, just like gold is not going away. So yes, it had its ups and downs, and yesterday was not a good day for it. But that's true of anything that is relatively new. And I don't think you're going to see anything like crypto going away and disappearing. It's here, and it's here because people in the market want something other than just the traditional currencies that we've had. And whether that's right or wrong, it's clearly something that the market wants. So yes, if you go into cryptocurrencies, you should expect big ups and downs and big fluctuations. And if you're not prepared for that, don't go into cryptocurrency. But the idea that cryptocurrency is going to go away or that the government is going to be able to stop cryptocurrency from being something investors want, I think is unrealistic at this point.
I would argue the problem is as much educating investors about this stuff as it is about building infrastructure, because I think we're at a point in time where many investors don't know the difference between Ethereum and Filecoin and Solana. They just all see it as crypto, and you wouldn't buy stocks that way. So I think we need to focus more on what these tokens represent, what the network value is that is backing them. And when we have that level of education, you're going to see some amount of the volatility go away. My personal view is calling crypto an asset class is sort of like calling stocks an asset class, and most of us don't really think about it that way, except in a broad way. If you think about it for a minute, we think about tech stocks versus industrials versus financials. Where even within tech stocks, HP is very different from eBay, is very different from Apple. And I think, again, the education level of investors on this needs to be a lot better. Ethereum is a different business from Solana, and that's a different business from Protocol Labs. You need to understand what it is that you're buying. And people are increasingly sophisticated about that, and yet you still hear stories of guys on the train just randomly poking around on CoinMarketCap to buy any crypto asset. That's the wrong way to think about it. Many of these things are going to go to zero, like happens in the stock market, but some of these things are going to be foundational technologies with real value for generations. That's what we're trying to build here. People need to get that.
The bull market is intact for Bitcoin. If you go back over the different slides in Bitcoin over the last 12 years, this is consistent with those slides. Having said that, you had a very big run up at the beginning of the year because of all the expectation. But Andrew, you know this better than anybody. Most of these smaller players are using tremendous amounts of leverage. Think of the GameStop situation. Bybit yesterday, based on our research department, we think over $8.6 billion of crypto accounts were flat out liquidated yesterday, which not only hit Bitcoin, but it really decimated those altcoins. So long-term, Bitcoin is bouncing back. I think that's a flight to quality in the crypto space. But if you look at the altcoins, I think it's good for crypto and Ethereum because they really got blasted.
I think the main concern is how hidden it is. Now, I know blockchain is terrific in giving it the power of being hidden, but Carl, the lack of regulation is causing the IRS to be unsure. You have to check off a box of whether you did Bitcoin. I think Gary Gensler's got so much on his plate. Who knows? I mean,
so much.
David, this is not a meme, David. This is a major business, and a lot of these entities are paying 6% interest if you hold Bitcoin. 6%. How are they able to afford that? Isn't that almost like Glenfed? Remember the old days of Glenfed?
I mean, they're charging.
Calfed?
Yeah.
No, you're getting. I'm getting 5-6% on my holding my Bitcoin. I earn interest on it. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like nirvana.
You got to expect volatility in these cryptocurrencies. What happened over the past few days, while painful, it's not unusual for how crypto has been priced over the last 10 years. You've seen every year at least a 28% drop, and you've seen 3 solid cycles of resetting prices. So Coinbase is tied to the and totally focused on the crypto economy. So we'd expect the stock to reflect some of that volatility as well.
Volatility is not all bad for an exchange, right? When there's more volatility, there's more engagement, there's more MTUs, monthly transacting users, there's more trading volumes, and that means more revenue. So, I actually don't think it's all negative in the short term, and it's certainly not in the long term.
So cryptocurrencies, one of the beauties of them is that it's very volatile. But as a result of that, there's lots of upside. Lots of retail investors and traders are joining the space because of the huge gains, whether in Bitcoin, whether in Ethereum, whether in Dogecoin or meme coins. But at the end of the day, they should zoom out and have a big picture view. Because right now, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are building the future of finance, the future of open money. And if they have that big picture, then they should hodl and think long term. We think Bitcoin is great technology, but we think Bitcoin's days are almost over. Because Bitcoin was designed to be digital cash. But now it's becoming just purely a store of value. It's becoming digital gold. And the gold market cap is, let's say, 10 to 12 trillion. But if we look at crypto assets as being the next internet, as through DeFi, that's happening on Ethereum. DeFi went from $1 billion to $65 billion in total assets in just 12 months. That's just purely on Ethereum. And all of DeFi is over $100 billion, and that's happening throughout all of crypto. But half of that is happening on Ethereum. Ethereum has almost 10 times more monthly active developers than Bitcoin.
My bear case is that it's a giant pyramid scheme, and people are getting sucked into it. Unfortunately, it's a pyramid scheme that has a core of true believers and a core of people who are really fascinated by technology. So it becomes difficult. It also has a group of very smart investors and all kinds of people who are heavily pouring money into it. So it becomes difficult to call it out, but I think it is very necessary to call it out because in the end, like every pyramid scheme, people are going to get hurt.
All right, so this is absolutely wonderful. This is exactly a beautiful report that I wanted to play it out so that we understand what is happening with crypto. And the reason why, before I get into, of course, all of our cryptos here, let's take a look at the CoinMarketCap data here about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and other altcoins. So here's the thing. But before I do, let's check some comments. If you guys watched the report, definitely 2 or 3 key areas. First, it was not a crash. It is certainly a correction that occurred with Bitcoin, which was due, right? And that happened. And right now, Bitcoin is, of course, heading back up. Almost 40,000, going up to 41,000, 42, and then back up to 40. That's really where Bitcoin is correcting or has corrected itself. Now, with that said, Ethereum is just exponentially growing because, as you saw in the report also, one of the important updates was that everything is happening on Ethereum blockchain, right? For example, all of the NFTs, the non-fungible tokens, and I've covered that in the earlier stream, are actually happening on the Ethereum blockchain. And that's driving the gas fees and the Ethereum way up to almost $3,000. So, and the second key take about cryptocurrencies is that each of these cryptos, if you are a new investor, for example, or a new entrant in the crypto world, you're looking at all these coins and you're saying, geez, what is Bitcoin Cash? Geez, I don't even know what Uniswap is, and what is Dogecoin? That looks like a joke to me, right? Or SafeMoon, or Promise tokens, or Cardano, or any of these cryptos. And you're thinking, well, how do I actually go about investing into each one of these, or which ones are better? So typically, a new person entering into the crypto would just, ask one of the friends or just Google something out, and then boom, you buy it. That's not, a wise way to get into cryptos. A better way is, of course, research the use cases. What are each of these cryptos designed for? And their use cases, the utility, the overall structure of the actual crypto. For example, Bitcoin, we know, is a store of value, but now it's changing more into digital gold, right? And that's really what the store of value of Bitcoin is. So Bitcoin is not going anywhere. The entire crypto, by the way, is not going anywhere, and that is recognized by the United States as a country as a whole, by Australia, and many other countries throughout the globe. So it is something, the crypto industry is certainly a game changer. So if you are new, by the way, into crypto, make sure you understand each one of these, whichever you want to invest in. It's not something that you just pick and choose and boom, you look at the chart and you say that, how this is going to go up and we're going to buy it. That's not a wise thing, guys. And that's exactly what we do, or what I do here at InvestDesk, is definitely research first, and then we jump in. And then we see how it plays out, right? So in our portfolio, for example, I started off with the Dogecoin for this channel. Now, I have other portfolios, I've always been saying that, but for InvestDesk, for this YouTube channel, I've started with Dogecoin, and then we added, of course, SafeMoon, and then recently, just a few days ago or last week or so, in a week or so, we added Promise token. So I'm going to evaluate, of course, all three of them, as I always do in every live stream, but talking about the crypto market in general. The third and important aspect of the report that you just saw on CNBC was the fact that, think about it, each of these cryptos, they're offering staking. In other words, they're giving you interest on your investments, right? On your holdings. No bank, no traditional bank would give you 6% or 7% or 8% or 5% on your savings account. All right? No one. If you know of a bank, typical, if you're in the US, for example, tell me if Wells Fargo gives it to you. Tell me if Bank of America gives it, or any other bank, or Citibank. You name it. You let me know in comments if a bank would give you a return on just your money sitting there of 6%. Bitcoin gives you 6%. Other cryptos like Promise token, not Promise token, but SafeMoon, for example, also gives you, token based on the tokenomics. You get passive income for just buying and holding SafeMoon. I mean, that's pretty exciting, guys. Forget about the price, man. I mean, I'm not talking about the price itself. I'm just talking about the actual holding of a crypto asset. You're getting paid. That's right. So here at InvestDesk, for example, I'm making over $10,000 a month just by holding SafeMoon. All right, that's how it is. And I've created a video on passive income with SafeMoon, guys. Go check it out. So that's another fascinating thing about the crypto world, right? So, and if they're not giving you outright benefit or profits on holding, you can stake it. In other words, if you hold Polkadot, right, for example, or Uniswap, or use any of these Cardano, for example, you can stake it. In other words, you can stake it for 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, 1 month. In other words, you can place your holdings and then earn interest on it. I've also created a video on that. And typically in a traditional bank, for example, you'd have to fix your deposits for 6 months or 1 year or 3 months. Well, in crypto, you only have to do it for 2 months, 1 day. You can stake it for 5 days, 10 days, 30 days. And that's crazy. That absolutely is crazy. So welcome back to InvestDesk. Thank you so much for joining, by the way. Make sure you subscribe and, of course, smash that like button while you're here and the bell notification, because, hey, InvestDesk is your #1 channel, guys. So we're talking about some major updates. So this report of CNBC is absolutely wonderful. So definitely it was a market correction and things are moving up. So these are the updates, all right, for the cryptocurrency in general, something to look for. And that's really the key. And the fourth aspect, the fourth update that the report mentioned was the fact that the crypto industry is just massively growing, right? It's something that's here to stay. And the entire world is now recognizing, or has already recognized, crypto as an alternative to fiat money, or an alternative system like the blockchain itself. So it is now in the mainstream. Everywhere you go in the world is talking about Bitcoin and talking about Dogecoin, the popular cryptos, right? And that is what is happening. So this is something really cool. So make sure when you're getting into any of these cryptos, you need to understand what Solana does, right? You need to know what Chainlink is all about. You need to know what VeChain is. Don't just take my word or anyone else, but do your own research, guys. All right. So let me get some comments here. Welcome everybody. Thanks so much. Jesse says, I love InvestDesk. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate your love and support for InvestDesk. Big W says InvestDesk is the best. Thank you for your kind words. Dear Richards, hey buddy, nice to see you. Arthur, my man, what's happening? Arthur says banks just charge you fees using your money. DeFi destroys the bank's business models. You bet. And that's really the tug of war that is going on between the traditional banking industry versus, of course, the crypto world. And that's what's happening. And that's really the challenge with all these governments that they're trying to regulate and, of course, find ways to benefit. And one of the ways that I just demonstrated was, of course, the news regarding Treasury calls for crypto transfers over $10,000 to be reported to the IRS. Right? So there you go. Uncle Sam has finally settled. And you have to report your crypto transactions if they're over $10,000. The new amended 1040 tax form is out since last year. So moving on next year, you'll be able to let them know. And that's pretty cool. So that's at least a positive step. And keep in mind that this is not, I don't see it as small, because if you have to report your crypto transactions as an asset, right? This is an asset class on to the IRS, on to the, your tax authorities. Guess what, guys? It is legit. It is something that they have recognized, and that's pretty cool. So if you're earning 6%, 10% gains just by holding crypto and you're earning money, I don't think you'd be using a bank, right? Kind of makes sense. All right, so Odinga, nice to see you, buddy. Thanks so much. Paul, Brian, thank you so much for being here. Odinga is saying, I think regulation will destroy crypto market. Yeah, I don't know if that's your comment here, but hey, I think it's going to be more of a balance that's going to be created, right? All the government wants to know is what you're doing, right? And that's fair. I mean, they ought to know exactly what your money, how much money you're making, so they can kind of tax you accordingly, right? And that's the purpose of the IRS. All right, so this is another huge update I wanted to cover. So we talked about the 5 things here. This is the 6th one, I guess. Let's get into, of course, the all famous tweet of Elon Musk. Hey, there we go. So Elon Musk tweeted this morning about Cyber Viking. How much is that Doge in the window? And I'm sure it's pretty obvious, right? It's $1. Right here, it's a dollar bill with our Dogecoin logo. So that kind of says it out loud already, which means, yeah, Dogecoin is going to be $1 today, tomorrow, and in the future. It's coming, right? That's inevitable. We've always been saying this, guys, since the last 2.5 months about Dogecoin, going to $1, but we actually anticipated, the market kind of talked about, and I remember a couple of months ago, we were thinking $1 for Dogecoin in the next 4 to 5 years. Well, it's only 2 months, 3 months. That's crazy. And the way things are shifting, changing, that's absolutely phenomenal. And if you just kind of zoom out, and that was one of the key points also in the report, if you were to zoom out in the crypto world and see what is happening, what Elon Musk is doing is pretty obvious, right? He's shifting focus. He's still holding Bitcoin. Tesla is still holding Bitcoin, guys. They've not sold Bitcoin, right? Just a little bit of selling that actually Elon Musk already tweeted about 700 million, right? Out of 1.5 billion. The rest is they're holding as store of value or digital gold. But the shift is towards Dogecoin. Elon is working closely with the developers. Dogecoin is going to be listed on Coinbase. And of course, like I always say, Elon is going to buy Dogecoin. And there's already rumors out there, guys, by the way. I don't mean to speculate. I typically shy away from speculation. But I know that it is going to be happening, and we know that, right? But yeah, there's still rumors out there that Elon Musk has either bought Dogecoin or is going to be buying more Doge as things move forward. All right, so let's get some comments here before I move on to my next huge update. So Justin says, you guys are very helpful for the new people entering crypto. Keep up your awesome work from Brisbane, Australia. SafeMoon to the moon. Thanks so much, Justin. Appreciate it. Thank you for being on the channel, by the way. If you're new, please subscribe and smash that like button and the bell notification so you get notified every single time. All right, so let's. This is one of the updates. Of course, that's pretty obvious. Dogecoin to $1 today, tomorrow. So hey, load up, guys. That's how it is. It's your decision, of course, and everyone knows that I'm not a financial advisor. You do your own research. I'm just here to share my own updates that we do here on this channel. And we have, of course, 3 cryptos so far in our portfolio. And our portfolio has grown in the last 2.5 months from, a few $1,000s, maybe $4,000 or $5,000. I don't remember exactly, but I share my portfolio on the weekends. On Saturday, I shared the Excel spreadsheet. But from a few $1,000s to almost $250,000 in 3 months, I'm super, super happy and super thankful, despite the market correction, guys, right? Despite the market correction. So there's definitely huge potential in crypto, apart from not just massive price gains, but also the monthly passive income that you're making, right? Especially with SafeMoon. If not with SafeMoon tokenomics, you can actually stake your holdings and earn interest in many, many ways, right? All right, so this is the update from Elon Musk. Super huge update. Just came out this morning, of course, and that due to that, Dogecoin responded, and Doge is now at about 40 cents. So, of course, it bounced back. It's almost 21% up. And with all that is happening with Dogecoin, guys, keep in mind, definitely $1 is coming. Elon Musk is tweeting about it. We know the market wants it. People want it. Cryptocurrency is real, and that's what's happening. The technicals of Dogecoin, and this is one of our first crypto that we added also. This is part of our portfolio as well. So Dogecoin technicals are oscillators are neutral, summary is neutral, and moving average are neutral at this point. And we'll see how it goes, whether it changes as market, goes up a little bit more tomorrow perhaps, or in the next couple of days. We will see these indicators change. And of course, it's just a matter of the volume that is happening with the market, the new people that entered the the crypto industry. They found it, well, geez, it's going down, so they kind of sold, and boom, they're gone. So the solid, loyal crypto investors or veteran investors who understand blockchain, who understands DeFi, who are actually behind the alternate, financial space are the ones that are right here at InvestDesk. You guys, boom, awesome. So yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about, right? So Dogecoin at 40 cents. This is our first crypto that we added about 2.5 months. We bought it at 4.5 to about 5 cents. That's my average cost, buying cost, right? And from 4 or 5 cents to 40 cents, I mean, that's crazy gains already, despite the market correction yesterday or a couple of days ago. Or still, market is down considerably, right? And it went up all the way to 75 cents as all-time high for Dogecoin. Think about it. That's still massive gains. Again, I'm just kind of zooming out, right? Taking a look at the bigger picture. I'm not, going crazy like, oh my goodness, Dogecoin is down from 75 to 40. Let's sell. No, it's always time on hands, guys. That's really the key for crypto, because this crypto space is changing absolutely rapidly, right? Which is excellent. So if you are into innovation, if you are progressive, and that's crypto is for you. But if you are a traditional sort of like person who wants to put the money in the bank and earn 0.2% or 1% interest, boom, that's fine too. It's your choice. All right. So this is Bitcoin, and this is crazy. So let me know in comments if you're holding Dogecoin still. That's super cool. All right. So that's Dogecoin, guys, right? So definitely it's going to $1, and that's what's happening today or tomorrow with Coinbase listing of Dogecoin in the next 4 weeks. So we'll still have about 2 to 3 weeks that we have to kind of work with, right? We have to work with wait at least 2 to 3 weeks, because the CEO of Coinbase has already announced Dogecoin to be listed on Coinbase. And Elon Musk, just like he bought Bitcoin on Coinbase for $1.5 billion, I think he's going to buy Dogecoin too. I've always said it for the last 2 months, and that's super cool. All right, Arthur Edwards, thanks so much, buddy, for your love and support, for super chats, super stickers. Certainly, I'm humbled and appreciate your support, by the way, guys, for supporting InvestDesk as your #1 channel for crypto research. So Arthur Edwards super sticker is keep it up. Definitely, always, and that's what I do. Bring you all the latest research so you can make informed decisions. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, so this is Dogecoin. Let's move on to the next update. And if you're holding Doge, like Chris Haskins says, holding Doge, diamond hands, you bet, buddy. Welcome to the club. That's what we are. That's what I am here, is always holding Doge. It's always hodl. If we can go through, it's still massive gains, guys. I mean, we're not losing anything. I'm not, here. Jeez, we're not losing anything. I'm not. For example, when we bought Dogecoin 5 cents, it's still 40 cents. I mean, come on. We should be still going to the moon. We are to the moon already, right? So it's just a matter of perspective. But for new people, new entrants, they're kind of like, all right, we don't want to hold for long, this and that. So the paper hands kind of go away. All right, so I'm going to talk about, of course, before I do, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Carlos Mendonca. I did receive your update and I did receive your comment. I did forward it to the core team that I'm in touch with. I've not checked out the reply yet, whether they've replied or not, but I think it's just one of their own people that they're having some trouble with. I kind of went through some of the chats here, Carlos, but yeah, that's how it is, guys. But I'm gonna talk more about Promise Token when I get to it. So hang in there. We'll talk about that. No big deal. That's how it is. But thanks. Yeah, I did receive your message. So thank you so much for being on top of things. And of course, as always, I certainly appreciate all of your support for InvestDesk. All right, so this is Dogecoin. Let's talk about, of course, the next update that I have, an important update for SafeMoon. And this is SafeMoon, guys. This is the 30K audit for SafeMoon. The score went up to 86 or 87, 86. That's a security score for SafeMoon. The team has been making some updates, so there are 0 critical findings now, all resolved, only 1 major, 1 medium, and 4 minor, 7 info. That's about it. So I think that's pretty cool. That's awesome for SafeMoon, right? For their 30K audit. Now SafeMoon is currently at 5.9, so it's crazy. It's just my goodness, with the market correction, SafeMoon is so stable, and I see it as the most stable cryptocurrency out there. It's just amazing. It held its ground. The community is so strong behind SafeMoon. It is just massive, 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 guys. I'm telling you, SafeMoon is absolutely one of the fantastic so far we've seen in terms of performance. 2.1 million holders for SafeMoon, and I think that's where the stability comes in. And with all these projects that SafeMoon is getting into and actually are happening with the team, with SafeMoon team, is just mind-boggling, because the way SafeMoon is moving towards or within the crypto world is just crazy. Phenomenal job. Definitely they're doing a wonderful job, no doubt. So SafeMoon is back up to 5986 or 0.50s, 5986.6 or 6. That's pretty cool. Almost at the same price where it was before the market correction, right? Maybe a little bit lower, but almost there. So it's doing pretty well. So if I look at, for example, the chart for SafeMoon, and again, I'm zooming out. I'm always zooming out. This is where it is at 6.0, right? So I'd zoom out, check it out, guys. This is still massive, massive gains for SafeMoon. And the stability of SafeMoon is also, yeah, it's definitely commendable. All right. So let me know if you're holding SafeMoon, guys. And SafeMoon Tokenomics, of course, is giving you passive income just by holding your tokens. Continue to increase. If you look at your Trust wallet or MetaMask or any crypto wallet that you're using, you will see that you're getting additional tokens, and each token is worth 0.5060, right? That's the price. But yeah, definitely, it's still cool, right? Yeah, I mean, we love SafeMoon too. Not bad at all. Very, very stable, and it has actually made itself stable, guys. This is what the power of community is all about. Now, 2.1 million holders is pretty cool, with almost 9 exchanges and many new projects in development. And that's really what I mean by when new people getting into cryptos, they're looking at investing in SafeMoon, for example, or they want to be able to invest in Dogecoin or Bitcoin. You want to be able to do your own research, guys, before you even jump into it. Take a look at what the team is doing. Take a look at what projects they're doing, their design, the structure, and what is going on. And that's what we do. And of course, there's a lot of FUD going around, fear, uncertainty, doubts, and all of these competitors are also in the game, and that's part of the game, right? That's marketplace. There are buyers and sellers, and people have needs, people change, and all of this activity is happening, right? But we're watching, right? We're holding. Diamond hands are always just sitting back there, with just cool minds, and we're just looking at it and we're just doing our things, right? But that's it. That's what InvestDesk does for you guys, so you can make informed decisions. So that's SafeMoon for us, doing a wonderful job with their projects. What's happening in Gambia, they're deploying their cryptocurrency with the Gambian government. Some exciting. I mean, this whole crypto sphere is just taking over the traditional banking system, guys, right? Especially in countries like in Africa or Asia, where people can stake. If you buy SafeMoon, for example, you're earning money, right? just by holding SafeMoon. Do nothing and just hold. I mean, that's just crazy, or what? Yeah. So, for example, InvestDesk, we here on this channel right here, we're making over $10,000, $12,000 a month. So if I just hold SafeMoon and do nothing, that's not bad. That's pretty decent income, right? That is a pretty decent income. 6-figure salary, I should say, or passive income in 6 figures, right? It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Not to mention the price also going up in the long run. So definitely is super cool. Diamond hands always win. Thanks so much for your comments, by the way. And let me know if you're still holding in comments SafeMoon, just like you're holding Dogecoin. If you're holding SafeMoon, give me a shout out. Let me know in comments. Super cool. All right. So that's SafeMoon. Let's move to our Promise token. All right, here we go. This is something which is something very volatile, right? Promise token is absolutely volatile. When we bought it at InvestDesk here, I only invested about $800 or about say $1,000, right? With the fees and all, it was like $890. So $1,000 were put in Promise token. All right. Now this token Promises is based on trust. It's the world's first BEP token based on trust. So this project of Promise token is primarily it's guaranteeing a continuously increasing price because everyone who holds a Promise token makes a promise to hold it for 15 days. Now they're also burning tokens 2% on every transaction. So there's slow growth because it's not burning as fast as maybe other cryptos. Like I said, when we research cryptos, you invest in something, you want to be able to know the design of the crypto. And your portfolio must be diversified, right? Of course, we cannot place all of our eggs in one basket. That's pretty obvious. So what we do is we typically share, or we, diversify, right? Or the risk for all of the assets that are part of the game. So we have Dogecoin, we have SafeMoon, and then, of course, a little bit of a high volatile new token with only 12,000. Well, I shouldn't say only 12,000. We started off with Promise token when there were only 2,000 holders, and now they're over 12,000. So yeah, there's always that whales that, like in Dogecoin, SafeMoon, any crypto, guys. That's how it is. So we're not afraid of them. It's just a matter of time, right? All right. So with Promise token, 12,000 holders so far, and here's the chart. If I can bring it up, perfect. So we started off here way early. We're still up, but if you bought it way up here somewhere at, let's say, 5.7, and right now the price is 1.1, well, you have two choices. Either you take a loss, right? For example, if I were to sell $1,000 invested in Promise token and I really want to get up, sure, yeah, I got to take a hit. And by the way, guys, this is a marketplace. There's buyers and sellers. Sometimes we gain, sometimes we lose. So in the overall picture, if I were to even lose $800 or $1,000 that we invested here, or that I invested here, for example, on this channel at InvestDesk in Promise token, is just nothing as compared to $250,000 in gains already. But with that said, it's still up. We're still in positive. InvestDesk is still in positive, but we'll see how this pans out. There's still a little bit of correction going on price at 1,139. Maybe there's a breakout. We'll see on a 4-hourly chart how this pans out, right? On the volume, the trading volume, and the liquidity. Of course, both are low, but we'll see how it goes as holders increase. The Promise token becomes more stable because it seems like people are not holding the Promise, guys. I mean, that's the deal, right? What can we do? But definitely a highly volatile for Promise token. And of course, I'm in touch with the team, and I'm sure you guys are too. Like Carlos was also in touch with the team, and there was a lot of things still happening. They came up with the new website. That's the new update for Promise token, but that doesn't tell us a whole lot until they actually get with the coin market cap, CoinGecko. The Trust Wallet price is still yet to be shown, and the team is working on all these updates. They have mentioned it in the Telegram group. Now, what we need to do is, of course, give them some time to do what they promised, right? But with that said, people panic and people sell and people don't want to wait. They want to get millionaires tomorrow. Yeah, we do. Hey, why not, right? So that's the deal. And that's why these new tokens or these new projects are volatile. But if you recall with SafeMoon, I remember when we got into SafeMoon about 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, a month ago. Yeah, it's like talking about years. No, it's just 1 month, guys. SafeMoon only had about 20,000 holders or 30,000. Yeah, somewhere around there. Go check out my videos. I bought SafeMoon. I even recorded my purchase of SafeMoon. Yeah, so it was like 20 or 30 or something like that, but way low. It's 2 million holders now. So the marketing team at SafeMoon did a phenomenal job. And same thing with Promise Token. If these guys also perform and deliver on what they're doing with their updates, definitely will see a higher price. So that's Promise Token, but definitely we need to keep up with the team, myself, and of course you guys also. If you are talking to the Promise team, like for example Carlos is my buddy, absolutely we should. And that's really the teamwork is all about, guys. That's the power of the team itself. So that's really what Promise Token is doing. So as new updates come in, we'll see. But like I said, you never know, guys. This is a highly volatile. Like I say, crypto is a crazy world. Sometimes our investments here must be fully researched, and of course only invest that you're willing to lose. That's the number one rule of cryptocurrency. I've always been saying this for the last 3 months here at InvestDesk. So this is all about Promise Token, guys. All right, so I'm going to give you some more updates, of course. Here's the Promise Token, by the way, at about 12,452 holders, and they're still growing. So there's certainly increase. Let me refresh and see the current. It's been a while. Yeah, perfect. So 12,460. So the holders are increasing, which is definitely a sign towards stability, guys. And one more thing about Promise Token that you ought to know is that, of course, the trading pair is BNB, right? Which is right here. So BNB is about 396. That's the price for BNB. Let's verify it on CoinMarketCap quickly. Perfect. So yeah, Binance Coin is about 390, right? Now this was at 670. So it's correcting itself. And that's also causing the Promise Token. Where did it go? Right here. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So that's kind of causing the volatility in Promise Token also. Because of the low number of holders and of course people selling, we see the price fluctuate quite a bit. But as these holders increase, and we saw this with SafeMoon, guys, we've been through this with SafeMoon experience. As the holders increase, the markets also go up a little bit, we will see the price also go up. And that's the deal with any other crypto. The community is, and all these coins, by the way, are community oriented. Another update I want to quickly talk about Promise Token, guys, very important, is the fact that the wallet, one of the wallet is open, right? 64 or 70%. One of the wallets is open. That means the LP that I'm talking to. I did a video on that, and we also chatted to the developers of Promise Token, and I shared that chat in the video. Go check out the video. What they're saying here is that, of course, when there's enough market cap and there's a nice buying and selling going on, the volume itself, they will definitely, the community is going to vote on that wallet, whether it's going to burn or not. If that wallet is burned, 90% of the circulation will be burned, and boom, the price is going to go up, and all of the holders of Promise Token will definitely benefit. That's documented, that's in the video, that's in the chat. Go check it out. Now, whether they're going to do it or not, that's not in my hands, guys. That's not in anyone's hands. That's up to Promise, right? But hopefully they'll do it because this community-driven token, and we decide how we want to play it out. So there you go. These are the major updates. I wanted to bring this to your attention, starting with the market, the crypto market in general, with the updates, and of course what is happening with the crypto market as it's recovering. All right, so yeah, these are the updates. I wanted to bring you these important updates. So definitely market correction, and as things progress in the next day or two or moving forward, we're back in the game, and that's really what is happening as we move forward, especially with SafeMoon. I think is out of the three cryptos we have in our portfolio, SafeMoon definitely is doing some massive innovation, guys, in the crypto industry. So I see it as a huge thing in the next a month or two. And with Dogecoin too, I mean, this is going to be crazy once Dogecoin hits Coinbase and Elon Musk dives into Dogecoin. He's already working with the developers, guys. So yeah, I mean, and in the long run, I wouldn't be surprised if Dogecoin becomes the currency of the earth as an alternative to fiat currency. And that's crazy. So hold on to your Doge, hold on to your SafeMoon, and of course, hold on to your Promise token. There are a couple of other tokens that I've also researched in the last week or two, and we may get into it. I may get into it, and I will let you know if we add this to our portfolio. But like I said, if you have things that you also research, let me know in comments. We'll definitely take a look at those as well as we move forward. But crypto is here to stay, guys. It's not going anywhere, and that's exactly what we love about crypto, and that's perfect. All right, let's get to our Twitter. That's the final thing. Oh, this is one of the things I also want to show you. This was a healthy correction. This was also this morning, and take a listen, about a couple of minutes. Take a listen to this before I wrap up our live stream today.
Those of us who've been in crypto through multiple cycles, 30% dip is just another Wednesday in crypto. It is a volatile asset class, but the thing to remember is that Bitcoin is still up 300% year to date. These are healthy corrections. What we're seeing is, if you look at the actual data of who's doing the selling, these are primarily new market entrants that are panicking, and in an emotional market, we view it as a healthy correction and are staying focused on the long term.
This was still a pretty epic drawdown here, and when we talk about the legitimacy of this as an asset class, and more importantly, as a significant component of someone's portfolio here, Suna, I mean, what do you tell them? How do you sort of coach them through this idea that you're going to have to deal with these types of drawdowns?
Right. So the important thing to remember is that nothing about Bitcoin has changed. It's still using the same consensus. It still has the same proof of work system providing security for it that keeps the protocol moving forward. And it still serves as a global liquidity instrument. So to the extent that those things are all true, the only thing that's changed is Bitcoin's gotten cheaper. And right now we're seeing it at, frankly, this is a fire sale. So if you liked Bitcoin at a $60,000 price, then you should love it at a $40,000.
Oh, well said. I am wondering, though, because you said corrections like these are healthy. Are they healthy when, like you said, it's coming from newer entrants, maybe retail buyers, maybe leveraged up, maybe for sellers? Does that change perhaps maybe the nature of the sell-off?
So you cut out a little bit, didn't entirely hear the question, but these are healthy sell-offs when they are primarily retail driven and they're new market entrants that are coming into the market and are panic selling when we're in an emotional market like this. If you look to corporate treasuries and you look to what institutions are doing, they are holding on to their positions. And so you don't want to look to what folks are saying, but you want to look to what they're doing. To the extent that Tesla clarified that they aren't selling any of their Bitcoin, that's a really important indicator to us and what we as a venture firm at Volt Capital focus on when we're looking at the macro.
Suni, your industry has a tremendous ability to just create new coins. There's only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever exist, but every day there are new coins. And we were joking around yesterday because someone created a new coin. It was a joke coin named after me, but it's very easy to just manufacture new coins. How much does the impulse among players in crypto to create some new coin of their own, some new token project, rather than building on an existing one, end up having the effect of swamping the demand with so much supply and limiting the upside price?
Right. So we do typically see that in bull markets. That's absolutely true. The great thing about the way we've designed our thesis at Volt Capital and what we focus on are the companies that are building around these digital assets. So those are truly the indicators you should be looking at when measuring the health of the market. These are founders that are building equity companies that are leveraging digital assets because the end user is meaningfully using the service. They're typically 10x better solutions than anything else on the market, and it really doesn't matter what tokens you're minting or who's coming out with any joke coin. These are really substantive use cases, and that's what we focus on at Volt Capital.
All right, perfect. Did you catch the last part? Very, very important, guys. This is absolutely very, very important. Let me give it to you. Let me tell you. The last question of this was, what about all these altcoins coming up, right? What's going on with all these different altcoins that are, every single day they're coming out and about, right? We see that, crypto coins, like over 10,000 altcoins. How do we know which ones are better, which ones are not? What's the answer, guys? The answer is fairly simple, yet very, very effective. And the answer is that if you look at any new altcoin, there's so many coming up every single day, right? You name it, and it's easy to come up with. But the important thing, check it out, the important aspect is the fact that we need to understand that whether these altcoins have a company behind it, right? In other words, whether these altcoins are going to be turning themselves into equity-based companies in the long run. That's exactly what SafeMoon did. When SafeMoon, for example, started 2.5 months ago, I remember attending one of the first early meetings, AMA meetings, right? And these guys had no clue. They were talking about like, oh, geez, we don't even know what we should be doing with SafeMoon. That's what they were talking about when they started SafeMoon, guys. And 2.5 months later, today, SafeMoon is a market cap of what? $3.4 billion. That's crazy. Not really crazy, because this team, SafeMoon team, succeeded in creating a utility, a project, an equity-based company. Now, SafeMoon is registered in Provo, Utah. We know that. They're also in Europe, right? And they have presence in Africa, Middle East. Holders and massive growth, 2.1 million holders. That's the key. Very, very important. I certainly would 100% agree with the report, with the last part of this report, right? So, and of course, all of us here at Invest Ask is your number one channel, guys. So thanks for being here. Make sure you subscribe and smash that like button. Certainly appreciate that. And the bell notification. So keep in mind, if you are looking into investing in any of these new altcoins, like here's the list, right? It's just the top 100 or whatever it is. There are new ones coming up all the time. Take a look at each one of these, do your own research, and understand where this company or where this coin is going, right? Who's driving? And with SafeMoon, the team took SafeMoon from nothing all the way to implementing cryptocurrency in Gambia, right? One of the countries, over 2.5 million people. And if they're successful in implementing, SafeMoon as a currency in that country, definitely that means more reflections, more tokens. As more people transact, buy and sell, you get paid, right, as passive income, which is not bad. So keep that in mind. That was one of the huge updates I wanted to cover. And that's really what is happening with the crypto world. So make sure the project itself has potential. And then again, of course, it's all up to the project's team, how they deliver, how fast they're delivering, what is happening, what is going on. And of course, that's how it is. All right, guys. So that's all I had. Thank you so much for being on InvestDesk as your #1 channel for cryptocurrency research, investment, daily news updates and forecast. My name is Syed, and of course, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow, and tomorrow, of course, is Friday, so always happy day for us. And right now, markets are recovering. Certainly doing pretty well in the last 24 hours. You see all the greens, which is awesome. Things are moving up. There was just a correction that occurred. Some huge updates I wanted to cover today, which I did. Let me know in comments if you want me to cover some other aspects or other coins. I always keep a list and I kind of go through each one one at a time as I go through all of these. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting InvestDesk as your #1 channel, guys. And of course, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful day wherever you are. Morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much for being here. Certainly appreciate your help and support. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a